Yeah. Hey. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Legendary conversation.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Spit Your Game podcast. Today I have an all-district division player of the year and a newcomer of the year in the SEC. I got my guy, Phil Turner. Phil, what's good with you, bro?
That was good, man.
Appreciate you jumping on, man. Taking the time out, man. Busy schedule, school about to get started, so I appreciate everything.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, man, it's all love, man. So what you currently doing now?
I'm the deputy superintendent in my school district. Just doing that, running community center here in Grenada, school board, dad. What, you name
the list goes on.
Yeah, man. Now I'm a little league baseball coach for my son.
Okay.
And so it's cool.
Then. Where were you born and raised?
Man, I was actually born in San Diego, California, and I moved to Grenada, Mississippi, and was raised down here in the South.
Okay. Yep. And siblings?
Yep, man. I have an older brother and an older sister, and then I'm the youngest out the crew. So.
Was there any sibling rivalry growing up with you?
Man, well, not really. Not really, man. My older brother, man, was more of a role model. And then my sister, she was a sister, so you just kind of, it was nothing. But yeah.
How far apart are y'all?
So me and my sister, we are 21 months apart, and me and my brother are 5 years apart. Yeah, so it's a little gap there.
You mentioned your kids. How many kids you got?
4 kids: Genesis, Addison, Philip, and then Aubrey. So I have a 12-year-old, 8-year-old, 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old. Okay. Yeah. Been busy, man.
Definitely been busy.
Yeah.
Growing up, the neighborhood you grew in, man, grew up in, how was it?
Man, it was cool, man. It was a real community. It was a neighborhood that you hear about, the old people saying where, man, we borrowed milk from the neighbors, eggs, the neighbors whooped us. They told your parents before you got home what was going on. So Lounge Drive, man, I lived in Tullahoma Circle, and the park was directly in front of our house. And everybody used to hang out at the park. So it was, man, we had a great neighborhood.
So the park was right there, so
it was nothing for me to drive. I mean, walk right over and hoop, swing. Yeah. So, yeah.
So it wasn't like like on the He Got Game where the park right there, and your mom was like, "Come on,
all the time, get to the house." That's it. Or I will tell you what my mama started doing. She started blinking the porch light. I see them porch light blinking. It was time to go. But if I ignored them, here she come now. Yeah.
And then your friends say, "Man,
your mom blinking them lights."
Oh man. So was sports your first love, or did you gravitate to something before sports?
Nothing but sports, man. Like I said, I had an older brother, and then of course his friends. So I was always around the older guys, and that's what they did. And I knew if I wanted to be around and hang with them, I had to step my game up. So that's all we did, man. One hop, baseball, pick it up and run it, football, basketball. And we used to do it really like the season. Yeah. Whatever season was going on is what we were doing. Playing football in the backyard, the big Zeph house. One hop in front of Jeremy's house. The basketball court was right in front of my house. So yeah, sports was what we did, what we grew up doing.
So the one hop. So was that when they hit the ball, and if you get the ball and don't drop it, you get your bat?
You get the bat.
Okay,
that's
so
it.
we call it fumble.
Fumble. Okay, all right.
Fumble. So like if you hit it and then you catch it or you grab it and you don't drop it, then you get the bat.
Then you get the bat.
And
that's
if you
right.
Drop it, then
you see it still man. That's it.
Yeah, I see different people call it, and then y'all call it pick 'em up. We call it pick 'em up, light 'em up.
Yeah, pick it up and run.
Yeah, we throw the ball.
Throw the ball up. Whoever get it, you get hit. Try to get to the touchdown.
To the side. Not everybody on your back. Yeah, so yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
them were the days, man.
I see now everybody kind of call it a little different now. But yeah, that's we call it pick 'em up later. Y'all call it pick it up and run.
Yeah, pick it up and run it. Man, one hop, man, used to be fun. Man, that was some fun. Like we used to organize. Like we organized all of our games. Everything. Like you knew what time you were gonna be there playing. Everybody had a bat or a ball, a tennis ball. I mean, it just was
definitely a tennis ball.
Yeah, definitely tennis ball. Yeah, definitely the tennis ball.
Yeah, but man, that kids just don't know, man. The fun we had with, and then I'm not even gonna lie. A couple times we didn't have bats.
Use a stick. Use a stick. Whatever it was. That's it.
Like a stick or old
broom. It's broom handle. That's it. That's right. That's right. That's right.
We made something out of nothing. Crate basketball. So like, yeah,
you know it. You know it.
We grew up around the same time.
That's right.
So what age did you get into sports?
As early as I can remember. I know here in Grenada we have Park and Rec starts at like 6 or 7, I believe. So, and I was playing well before Park and Rec because I remember saying, man, I can't wait to get old enough to play Park and Rec. So, man, 4 or 5, man. I mean, I've been playing ball as long as I have a memory. Like, you know, they have pictures of me when I was 2 or 3 with basketballs under my arm. So as long as I can remember, man, I've been playing.
So who put the ball in your hand, man?
Probably my brother.
Yeah.
Like, it was probably my brother did.
He hooped too?
Yeah, he was a hooper. Okay. Yeah, he was a hooper. Yeah, I had to say it was my brother. Then I had an uncle who was about 6'8" who played. Okay. So he probably had a lot of influence on that when I was younger as well. You know, just as far as what I did.
So who did you look up to growing up?
Man, my uncle and my brother.
Yeah, okay.
My uncle and my brother, man. I looked up whatever they were doing, whatever they had going on. I wanted to emulate that. So,
okay. Who was some hoopers around your area, man, that you seen growing up? Not the ones you played with, but just some you saw that was like old school players. Like, dang, he cold.
He cold.
Yeah, growing up.
Man, it was a guy named Frank Brady. Okay. He was in the neighborhood. They call him Baby Mike.
The true name.
Man, I'm talking about I used to try to, like, my brother wasn't a player that I wanted to be like. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He just had the coolness of, like, I want to be like, not the hooping wise. Right. Frank Brady, man, that guy, man, he could play. Like, he could do all the stuff. Like, he could do the things, you know. Back when Jordan was Jordan, like, he could move the ball in the air. He could fade away. Him, Jeremy Hardiman, those were the 2 guys that I really wanted to model my game after. Jeremy Hardiman was, he used to get up early in the morning. Like I said, the basketball court was directly in front of the house. And he and my brother used to get up like at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning and go and work out. Okay. So I hear them bouncing the ball before school, and they'd come in and shower and get ready to go to school. So that work ethic on what it took to have to be good. I was like, he that good. This is how he's doing it, you know. And so that's kind of
okay. Let's go to your school, middle school. Did you hoop in middle school, or how did it go? Was basketball the only thing you played? Was it baseball? Did you gravitate to football any? Or
yeah, man. Small town, man. I played everything. I played baseball. I played football. Played basketball. Played soccer. But 7th grade basketball, I didn't play. I was on the team, but I didn't play, you know. And I was upset. I couldn't understand why I wasn't out there on the floor playing.
So you didn't make the team, or you just didn't play?
Yeah, I made the team. Yeah. I just was sitting over there on the bench. Yeah, I was on the end of the bench, man. I'm not sure if I had too much flair, you know. At that time, there was, you know, and coaches kind of frowned on player because, my opinion. Okay. Growing up with older guys, I had more of a mature game because I was always with older players. So I had to between the legs at a younger age. I had to fade away at an early age because this is all I'm seeing every single day. This is what I'm seeing. So I'm outside practicing the moves I've seen these guys make. And I'm not sure if my coach wasn't ready or thought that was too much, too flashy.
He's showing out.
He's showing out. That's right.
He think he's doing
something. Yeah. So, he set me all the way down on the end of that.
Look, similar to Kobe.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That was his story.
Because he said Dale Harris, like he was itching to get in. Dale Harris was like looking at him like, nah, young fella, we got Eddie Jones.
Yeah, you know that's right.
But at the end of the day, look who
Kobe was. Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe was Kobe. So that's crazy. So So 7th grade, you didn't get in, but 8th grade,
MVP.
MVP. So you go from Cinder Pine,
To the
same coach.
same coach.
So
Same team.
So what do you think was different from 7th grade? Did you? Because obviously you still played the same.
I still played the same. What I believe.
Somebody got in his ear or some stuff.
No, coach wasn't the type to let nobody get in his ear.
Okay.
You know, he's a vet in the game. Coach Blaylock, man's a vet. Like he been coaching in Grenada for man, I'm about forever. Like he coached your dad. Like he just been there. So he's who he is, right?
Right.
Man, what I really believe, man, that's a really great question, man. Now that I'm reflecting on it. That 7th grade year, I was so upset that I wasn't playing that I just I felt like I just took my game to almost another level. Like I felt like I was better than people that were playing in front of me. But that following year, I just was bent on saying, I'm gonna prove that I'm better than everybody. And I think I just couldn't be denied at that point.
Okay. Yeah. So that was just your. So did you work out in the summer? Not saying work out, but you know how it is. Just played a lot of ball and stuff like that around the area and stuff like that. You think that just got better? Your game got better at the time?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. So high school, man. So we'll fast forward to your junior year. How did your junior year go in high school?
Junior year in high school, and I want to make sure I recall this story correctly. Not my sophomore year, my junior year, I got put off the team my junior year. My daughter's laughing. I got put off the team my junior year.
Getting all the good stories.
Yeah. A different dude, man. I just always been just kind of a different cat. And man, my coach was, I think we were playing Clarksdale, if I'm not mistaken. And I was killing. I was doing what I always did in high school, putting up numbers, putting on the show, dunking. And we were winning like 12, 15 points. And right before halftime, man, I had a turnover, turned the ball over. And it was just a basic turnover, wasn't nothing, just turned the ball over. My coach went ham.
It's like you cost him a game.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out why you going ham on me. We winning.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. It's one turnover. And man, my immaturity, I wasn't ready. I didn't like all that. Like, so
like
I took
you showing me up.
Yeah. Like don't do me like that. I took my jersey off and I threw it at him. And I went to go get dressed and I went to the stands and changed clothes, sat and watched the game from the stands. Yeah. And we ended up losing that game. So
the game y'all was up
15 or 12 at half.
And then you left.
Then we lost.
Okay, you lost. Okay.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah. And so after that, things happened at school the next day. I got put off the team naturally, right? So I didn't, and that was the beginning of the season. So like I was out half the season, like right before district started. And then they let me come on back and finish the season out. Just different animals.
All right. So that's your junior. So fast. So how did y'all finish that year?
My junior year, I honestly can't remember how it ended. I know we ended up.
Did y'all make the tournament?
I think we made the tournament. Okay. And I think we got put out by Clinton, or matter of fact, I know we got put out by Clinton. Okay. Clinton beat us.
Yeah, because y'all 5A, right?
Yeah, we're 5A. Yep. At that time. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know I think y'all were 4A when a couple years ago when I played in 2002. We played y'all. And then y'all ended up
moving up. Yep.
Okay.
Sure did.
Okay, that's why I was there. Okay, so your senior year, I'm sure you vastly improved your game. How did your senior year go?
Man, going into that senior year, man, I really had come into my own. Like I said, I've always played with older guys, right? So that didn't change from when I was a little kid until forever. Like I've never really played with my age group. I've always played with the older guys, right? And I realized during that junior year, I wasn't playing school ball. So I was on the street. everyday playing,
Yeah.
right? And I was getting whooped. Like the older guys were putting that lumber on me,
Yeah.
and I shop a lot. And I developed a certain level of toughness. And then so my senior year, I didn't see my contemporaries as contemporaries. Like I viewed them as kids, because if I could take a foul or a push from these men,
grown men,
these little fouls, they were nothing, right?
You playing right through that,
man, every time. And then older guys, they kind of mellow your game out too, because you can't come out here just shooting this ball and we losing. Like your shots have to be good shots. You gonna have to make that right pass, because they still think they and they hoop in they prime, so they ain't finna let you come out here and blow the game.
Man, you ain't gonna get the ball no more.
You're not gonna play, And then back then, courts were. I'm not sure. I mean, I know around here, courts kind of died now that we have center.
Deep. If you lose, it's over.
It's over. You ain't get back on the floor. Like I'm saying, you got hundreds of people around the court waiting, and they got their 5 weight. You ain't getting back on, right? And so getting picked up was an honor, but then saying like, what you gonna do with a young fella? Like, don't come out here with all that. So my game matured, and just understanding the game better. So my senior year, man, it just woke up a different monster. Then I had a point to prove, right? Because y'all put me off, whatever, I ain't played. So I just came out with a vengeance, man.
Okay. So how did your year end, that year end? Did y'all make the tournament?
Yeah, man, senior year ended well, man. First time in 20 years, we made it to state, and got beat by Provine.
That's crazy, because y'all play all the Jackson squads.
Yep, sure did.
All the Jackson teams.
And the first time in 20 years, man, we had made it to the tournament. And so being able to, man, get to that point, man, it was special for the city. Special for myself, but it was special for the city as well.
So what year did you graduate?
06.
So you didn't run across Monte, did you?
No, I didn't run across Monte.
Did y'all ever play Lanier?
Nope, never played Lanier.
Okay. Y'all played Provine, but y'all played them in the tournaments only, not on the actual schedule.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Like the Madison Centrals, the Provines, Merle, like Jim Hill. That was only during tournament play when we played down. Because if I'm trying to remember, that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When we played up north. So we played Starkville, Columbus, Tupelo, Madison Central.
Okay.
I think that's the farthest south we went during that time.
Y'all play Macomb?
We didn't go down that far.
I think didn't Al Jefferson come out?
Al Jefferson, around that time. About 04, 03, 04.
Yeah, something like that. 5, yeah, okay. Who was y'all biggest rival that you feel?
Starkville. Travis Outlaw.
Okay.
And oh man, the shooter they had.
BJ, was it BJ something?
Not BJ. BJ was before me.
Okay.
They had another Danny does it, man, right during Travis Outlaw. I remember I was a freshman and I started. And he was the shooter, man.
Black guy, not black guy, real dark. Was it
No. He was a light-skinned cat. Blackfoot shoot that ball, man.
Did he go to Southern Miss?
Did he go to Southern Miss? He either went to Southern. I know he signed with State.
Okay.
And ended up going to Southern Miss, right?
I think I know. I don't know the name, but I know exactly what you're talking about, because he could shoot that thing.
Jarvis Hill.
Okay.
Jarvis Hill. Man, when I tell you that man shoot that ball, man, goodness gracious. Yeah, so that was our rivalry, man. We never could beat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your senior year, man, any accolades, any awards, most improved, MVP, anything?
Yeah, man. All state. So rewinding a little bit, before my senior year, man, I was junior year, ended my junior year, senior year starts, and they put watchfuls and Danny dozens.
Yeah.
And mind you, I didn't play but a half a season, but the half a season that I played got off. And they didn't even have your boy on the watchful list. Man. Like I went, how they had Danny dozens.
Then Clarence Legend.
Yeah. Then the most watch out for this person. Yeah. They didn't even have me on the watch list. So I'm heated.
That's on your list too. Checklist.
Got to get everybody. I got to go get everybody.
The kill list.
Kill it. Oh, you. Boom. So, man, ended up my senior year, man, I think I had pretty much every award, man. I can't even tell you exactly what, but it was I had a good highlight.
You brought home a boatload of trophies.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's college time. First off, who all recruited you, and where did you initially go?
Okay, so actually I wasn't recruited by anybody.
Okay.
Man, it was no one. Like up until like 3 games before my season was over, I wasn't recruited by anyone, not even Holmes Junior College. So back then they protected guys, right?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, so like if you were you couldn't go to this junior college, you had to go here if you were gonna play basketball. So I wasn't even protected, right? So not even by Holmes, and so weren't recruited by anybody. And like 3 games before my season was over, we ended up going to Starkville, and I did well in Starkville. I think I had like 35 against Starkville, and the coach from Starkville called Mississippi State, and Coach Greg Carter called. Coach Kirk was like, "Hey man, have y'all heard? Are y'all recruiting this kid named Phil Turner?" Like, "No, we ain't never heard of him." Like, "Yeah, I hadn't heard of him." So, long story short, this was a tournament type. This was division tournament. So you played Starkville, Tupelo, Columbus, like that 1 every day, and we beat Starkville. So the next night, my partner called me after we beat Starkville. He called me. We were in school. It was after he was like, "Bro, Stansbury and them coming to see you tonight." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, man. Coach called him and said that they coming to see you." He said, "I just wanted to let you know that they come." I said, "I bet." Go there. Sure enough, they were in the stands. 35.
Again. Yeah, because you had 35 the first time.
Had 35 against Starkville. It was a 35 against Starkville, then Tupelo. I think I had like 35 again. And long story short, I think they signed me the next night.
That's all they need to see.
Yep. Like when they gave me the offer, like the next night. They were like, you want to come play for us?
And ain't nobody else on you. So
and I was like, no
brainer.
No brainer. I go from not even being protected by Holmes or junior college to being offered by SEC school. And I said that's where I wanted to go. And like, as soon as they got on my radar, everybody everywhere started just blowing me up. I told my mom, I said, "Mom, literally, man, I went to bed one night not being known because I was going to the military. I wasn't even gonna play basketball. I was gonna go to the military, signed up and everything. Because three games before the season over, like I can't go. Nobody want me to hoop. No letters, nothing, no visits, and
that's crazy.
And so ended up, man, going there, man, and Bulldog.
So, if you had to choose, what college did you want to go to?
Mississippi State.
You want to? Okay.
Yeah, and I think that was a God thing, man, because I said it was crazy. My coach took us down to a Mississippi State game that year, and I was telling my partners when we were watching, I said, "Man, I'm gonna play here. I'm gonna play here next year." I told them. Of course, they all laughed.
Man, you just
man, you can't play here. I was like, "Good, I'm gonna play here next year," And lo and behold, man, it worked. Like it happened, And so I'm definitely grateful for that.
What's meant for you is
meant for you is for you, man.
Yes, sir. So you go to Mississippi State. They put you at power forward?
Yeah, man.
How did that happen?
Man, so I got recruited to be a point guard down there. Okay. I got recruited to be a point. We were point guard heavy, but we were limited in our 3-4 spots. Gotcha. All right. So C Rose, I'm not sure if you remember Charles Rose. C Rose ended up getting hurt.
Okay.
And we didn't have a sub. Okay. And through training, through workouts, physically, I was I'm gonna tell you what my strength coach said. Coach Aiken said. He said, you don't send a poodle to do a Rottweiler's job, right? So
that's what he was saying.
Said about me.
Okay.
Right. Because in the weight room, I was there every day, did every set, every rep. I was one of the strongest squatters, had one of the highest verticals, and I was mean, right? And I wasn't gonna stop. So they put me down there, played the 4 out, 1 in. And they didn't know how it was going to work out with me playing on the low side. We were an advantage on offense, but we didn't know what that disadvantage was going to be.
6'6", 6'7",
6'10", you know, 6'9" every night, you know, and it worked because as crazy as it may sound, physically, they couldn't post me up, and I was more athletic than them getting off the ground. So when the rebound came up, matter of fact, my freshman year as a true freshman, I led the team in reboundings in Canada. So we went, of course, you know, you do a preseason overseas tournament, and I led the team in rebounding there. Just being able to get off the ground and rebound, and not playing with older guys, being undersized and being able to take.
And now you adding muscle and weight and maturity.
And maturity to it, you know. Okay. And then not being afraid to fight, like, you know.
Okay, so your freshman year, 16 minutes a game, ranked 4th in steals, made 24 threes, season high, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block versus South Alabama. I'm sorry. In your first start.
C. Rose got hurt. That's right.
That's the okay.
That's the game C. Rose got hurt.
Okay.
That's right.
Had a double versus Missouri, and you hit a clutch 3 in overtime at South Carolina. Take us back during that day, and how that come about.
How did that come about? I think C. Rose, either he got hurt or he was late for pregame. I can't remember which one. I think he may have gotten late. He may have been late for pregame. Okay. And coach was like, "Turner, you're up in the lineup."
So he had initially got hurt before, then he came back, and then because you started when he got hurt, so then he came back, got his starting position back because he was a regular starter, and then this particular game he was late, and so by them seeing you already,
no. And again, this has been a minute ago, so I want to make sure that I'm as close to accurate as possible. Gotcha. So that was actually that's not what happened. Ben Hansborough got hurt. Okay. I think he had mono. Okay. I think Ben had mono. Okay. And what happened was it shifted the lineup down. So C. Rose was playing the 4.
Gotcha. So you had to go down.
So C. Rose went to 5.
Okay.
And that's when they inserted me, right? Okay. At the 4. Okay. So I was already starting. And I think when Ben came back, it shifted the lineup back up. Okay. C. Rose was late, and they slid me in.
So they just slipped you back in the spot that you was in.
That I was in before. I think, and that made, if it's not 100%, it's about 99. It's about 99. You know, around that way. Yep.
Okay, so you hit the clutch 3 in overtime at South Carolina. How did that play come about, if you can remember?
South Carolina, man. Bro, to be honest with you.
Yeah. You don't remember?
I can't remember, man.
Yeah.
Now I remember I had several times where I hit some clutch threes. I know against LSU.
You hit the game winner against LSU.
Yeah, hit the game winner against LSU. I know Arkansas, we were down 14. Coach put me in with 3 minutes, and I ended up, man, we were down 14 with 3 minutes left to go. Coach put me in. I think I can't remember what I ended up with, but I had like 12 in 2 minutes. Okay. And we ended up beating them. Okay. And that was SEC. Hit one against Tennessee. Hit one against Florida. Yeah. South Carolina. Was this the SEC tournament? You don't know, man.
We'll look back in.
Look back in and see. Man.
I seen it was hit a clutch 3-pointer in overtime at South Carolina. So we'll look back.
You look back in, yeah.
Okay, so your sophomore year, you start 27 games. Start the last 27 games. Last 90 seconds against Tennessee in the SEC finals. You scored 7 points to help catch the SEC title. You averaged 8 points, 5 rebounds, career high, 14 rebounds. 14 rebounds and 6 steals versus South Carolina. This is your sophomore year. And he had a total of 123 rebounds in 15 games. So we'll go back. So we're gonna go back to the SEC final against Tennessee. Last 90 seconds, you scored 7 points to help capture that title.
Right.
How did you end up doing? How did that come about? What was going through your head? Was the movement? What was it? This is SEC final.
SEC finals, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I've always been able to do, and I attribute it to being around older people, is knowing your place, right? And if you want to play, then you got to figure out what everybody else isn't doing. So you start doing it to get out on the floor, right? Because growing up, everybody want to shoot the ball, but don't nobody want to hold no defensive rebound. So if I can get the best player out here more shots, then guess who we gonna want to pick every time? Because I ain't gonna be looking to shoot it. I'm gonna be looking to get the best player the shots. So, man, really adapting to what the team needed to win, right? And man, during that time, man, really being a student of the game, scout report, really picking up tendencies, what teams like to do, what players like to do, and just really being a student of the game. So that last 90 seconds, it really came down to scout report. Okay. I knew what play they were going to run because scout report had already dictated, hey, these are 4 or 5 plays that they like to do. So when they lined up, I instantly recognized, oh, here it comes. So I was able to anticipate what happened just by being a student. It wasn't nothing special. I didn't do anything extra. It was just I was a student of the game. And then working out, like I told my point guard, I think we were down. We kept going to the same play and not getting anything. I say, look, when you go this time, don't pass it. Just reverse it back. I said, I'm going to make it. D-balls went down, reversed it. I knocked the 3 down. So then again, using my rebound, I was down there rebounding, then they were fouling because they were trying to catch up. And I hit the free throws. So really, it boiled down to just grit. Like who wanted it more? Like who wasn't gonna be afraid to step up to the moment? And at that point, man, there was no fear.
Basically, some people are afraid of the big moment because they're afraid they'll get criticized. Oh man, you make a shot.
You make shot. That's it.
But you gotta live. You gotta die.
You gotta live with it. Right? Look, and man, and it's so funny because my life has been predicated on believing me, right? So if they write something good about me in the newspaper, I wouldn't believe it. If they wrote something bad about me in the newspaper, I wouldn't believe it. Because if you believe the good they write, you gotta believe the bad, right? And you keep that circle tight and you just listen to your close counsel. As long as they were proud, my mom was proud, my brother, my uncle, as long as they were proud that I worked and did, I really wouldn't care what anybody else thought about it, you know. Hey, so man, having that tight family bond and unit, man, gave me the confidence to be able to step up in moments like that as well.
Okay, definitely need that because regardless of if you have a good game or bad game, your family gonna always be there to support you.
Yep, that's
so it's always good. Can't worry about the fans, can't worry about the critics because they're gonna love you when you're good and they're gonna hate
you when you're down. But family, they gonna tell you, hey man, you did good, man. You played hard. Hey, that's it. You'll get it next time.
And that's what you need, young growing up.
You need that.
So your junior year, you hit the game-winning shot against LSU. Do you remember that hitting the game winner? What that play was?
Scout report, right? Several games before then, man, I was struggling shooting the basketball, and right, we went to shoot around at LSU, and I remember giving one of the managers just to give me some more shots. So I was just sneaking in reps everywhere I could, and it was just a rep shot I had just done 2 or 3 hours before the game winner. Man, we played hard. Tasman Mitchell came down and hit a shot like with 16 seconds, 14 seconds left to go. And I told D-Boss, my point guard again, I said, we got the same play. I said, don't do that.
Reverse
swing it. Like, stop going hard right and try to throw that pass or shoot it. Man, just reverse it. And he reversed it, and I was in the parking lot.
Yeah. Cash money.
And I believe mine because, you know, man, once you put in work and your teammates know that you put in work, man, I can live and die with whatever happens. Because man, you've seen me put this work in. You've seen what we could do, and man, it went in.
Definitely. Hey man, game winner
Yeah,
LSU. So junior year. So you leave Mississippi State to come to Delta State. Two-part question. Why leave Mississippi State and what made you come to Delta State? But first off, why did you leave Mississippi State?
Why did I leave Mississippi State? It's a loaded question. Loaded question. So I was at Mississippi State my junior year. Man, we got beat by North Carolina at a buzzer beater. And season was over. I was guarding Henson. Played well. Got beat at the buzzer. Season's over. Everybody's trying to figure out, you know, summer, what's going to happen. And right before it was time for us to leave for summer, you know, we do our exit meetings, right? And I got ready for my exit meeting and got a text message that said, "Hey, Phil, don't worry about your exit meeting. Coach Castle George, don't worry about it." So I was like, "Okay, cool." Nothing strange because, I mean, it's pretty, you know, hey, what you doing for the summer? What you gonna be doing? Need to be working out. You know, I'm a 5th-year senior, so I got redshirt my freshman year. So it was like, man, maybe something came up. No red flags. I was like, bet. Even better. I'm gone. I'm out of here, right? They got a 2-hour session with the coaches all day, right? So I leave. I go to Atlanta and I start working out. Had a trainer down there. I'm training, working out. So I didn't come to summer school in June. And so this is the beginning of July. And my mom called me. She was like, "Hey, Phil, you got a letter from Mississippi State saying that they terminated your scholarship." I was like, "Don't worry about that." I said, "I didn't come to summer school in June, so they turn your scholarship off, so they're not paying for your housing and books and food or whatever vouchers when you're not there." I said, "When I get back in July, you know, they'll turn around." She was like, "No, this one seems a little bit different." Like, okay, cool. Do tell. I was like, "What?" She was like, "Nah." I said, "Mom, they send this letter every year. Like, when you don't go in June, they turn up." She was like, "Phil, just call Coach Furman." So my coach, who recruited me, Coach Kirby, left that year and went to Georgetown. So I called Coach Grant. I was like, "Yo, Coach, what's up?" I said, "Man, my mom said she got a letter, blase, blase." And he was like, "Hey, Coach didn't call you?" I was like, "Coach didn't call me. What you talking about?" I said, "Nah." He said, "Man, you need to holler at Stansberry." I was like, "All right, bet." So I called Stansberry, no answer. Called Stansberry, no answer. And again, this, and I want to make sure that I'm accurate, because it's been 15, 16 years ago. Anyway, I end up getting in contact with them, and he gives me this, you know, "We're going another direction. You know, we didn't think you were coming back. Like, you did, well, when you didn't show up for your exit interview, you know, we just thought you weren't coming back, thought you were going to go overseas and play." I was like, "No, why you didn't holler at me?" I said, "I got a text message that you said my exit interview was canceled. Don't worry about it." And, "Well, Phil, man, you know, we're just going another direction." I was like, "All right, man, cool, whatever." Long story short, man, I found out basically, so this is during the time where you can go enter the draft, and at a certain time, you got to come back or you lose. Anyway, one of the guys didn't come back in time, but decided to come back. I'm the 5th-year senior, ain't no scholarships. So I end up meeting with the athletic director, and there was a couple more people in there, and they extended me to come back to school. All right. And I told him no. I said, man, if y'all gonna do it like that, this ain't the place for me. Phil, man, we love you here. Man, you represent what a bulldog is. And I said, man, I love the place. I said, but not even a courtesy phone call. I said, because if this is this is how I'm done, and then I get brought back in this way, then I feel like it's gonna be some issues.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
You ain't want to deal with that the whole year.
Yeah, I didn't, man. No, under no circumstance. And because if you recall, the year before that, the same thing happened to Jarvis. You know,
Bernardo?
Jarvis wasn't on scholarship our senior year.
Oh, so that's why he ended up going to the. Didn't he leave for the draft?
Yeah, he left for the draft, but that was his senior. He stayed his senior year.
Okay.
He played. He just wasn't on scholarship.
Okay. Wow.
But
him?
Yeah, Jarvis Bernardo.
Wow.
And then he got drafted with the Heat, right?
Yeah.
But it was.
Wow. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a business.
Yeah,
it's a business,
gotcha.
Right? I went up on a business game. I ain't gonna fool with that.
You thinking more loyalty.
Yeah, I'm thinking more loyalty.
And
That's
not thinking business.
Not thinking business.
Because we're young, we thinking like, okay, I did this for them, they're gonna look out for me. And boy, do we know.
And it ain't loyal. Yeah, man, it's a business.
Definitely.
You know, I love you. It ain't personal. It's strictly business.
Yeah, man. Loyalty is something that we hope as youngsters that we receive. But like you said, it's just a business. So you gotta take the good with the bad sometimes.
Man, you do.
Definitely understand it.
You
So
definitely do.
You end up at Delta State. How did that happen?
Man, ended up at Delta State. Well, after the news got out about me not returning to Mississippi State, I had D1s from everywhere. UAB, had Georgetown. Like I had everybody. You know, ask Ole Miss. I was 2 classes away from graduating.
Wow.
Had a red shirt, so I couldn't go D1 to D1. Had y'all told me this in June,
right?
I could take in these 2 classes. Yeah. It went straight to a D1 college. Being a Mississippi kid, I didn't want to go anywhere. I was looking at Northern Kentucky, but didn't really want to go out of the state. Delta State, I met Coach Brian Ellis, man, great guy, great guy, my guy, man. And man, fell in love with him and his family, and was like, man, you know what, man, this is a spot where I feel like
close to home.
You're close to home. They can come and see me play. And then I had my, at that time, girlfriend, but my current wife lived right down the road. So I was like, man, it's just
might as well.
Might as well, man.
And then also too, because at that time it ain't no transfer portal. So if you went to a D1, you'll have to sit out. Yeah, you say you have 4 kids, right?
Yeah, 4 kids. Yeah.
Okay, and of course you're married, man. So marriage life, I always ask people, what do they feel keeps a marriage happy? And keeps it healthy.
Healthy, man. God. You know, sounds kind of generic, but man, it's really the answer, man. Trying to blend 2 different people into one, man, you have to have a standard, and you have to really, man, follow God's principle. He kind of lays it out for us, and man, the times that we do have an issue or things are not going right, you always can go back to say, well, is this right? Is the walk right with God? Are you following his steps? And if those answers are no, then of course everything else is going to crumble. So really for us to be healthy and happy has been, man, just submitting to God. You know, I tell my wife, you know, of course, submission is always one of them words women hate to hear. But I say, but I have to submit. I have to submit to God. I have to submit to what God wants me to do. I say, and I always don't like it. Things he tells me to do, I don't just say, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Cause I said, I think I should have more than one wife, you know? And I say, well, I can't go and do that, you know? Right. So again, I don't think I should have to work. I think you should work and you just come and pay all the bills, but that's not the order of things. I said, so we have to, God has set order. So I think as long as we follow God's order and his footsteps and what he wants, what he's calling for us to do, I think, you know, I know that is, that leads us to a happy and healthy marriage.
Okay. Got a couple of wrap it up questions, man, and we'll call it for things that come to mind when you hear these names or places.
Okay.
Grenada, Mississippi.
Home.
Okay. Mississippi State.
Home.
Delta State.
Vacation.
All right. Top 5 players that you have seen to come out of Grenada, basketball wise.
Top 5. Ooh, you put me on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Wow. The top 5
Not
players.
including you. So
Exclude
5,
myself.
exclude
Okay.
yourself, yeah.
God, dog it. That's a good question. I would have to go with Bernard Rimmer.
Yes, I forgot about Bernard.
Yeah, Rimmer.
Bernard was tough.
Yeah, he was tough, man.
Yeah,
tough. He still can go. He still can go.
Okay.
He's been in here. He lives in Jacksonville now, but when he comes back, he comes in here. He still got a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to say Rimmer. I would have to say Beaterbug.
Okay.
I would have to say, man, this is tough, man. I have to say Trey Spencer. I'm gonna have to say Kalawinski Shaw.
One more.
And my last one, top 5 in my ear that I can
you can
touch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to say either Janelle White or Tyron Jones. It's gonna be. I'm thinking, man, we had who was that? I know that is tough. Yeah, that's.
And we give you a call.
Yeah, like, bro, you ain't think I was like, man, I'm like, yeah. So those
I was on the spot.
That's right. I ain't had time to think about it. Yeah, so those are gonna be my. Those are gonna be on my
we'll
top
just fit
5.
those 2 in the last spot.
That's right.
So we'll do it like that. Toughest player you ever had to guard?
Man, my teammate Jamont Gordon.
Okay.
He was about the toughest person I ever had to guard ever.
Okay.
6'4", 220, super athletic and super strong.
Okay.
And he was about the toughest I've ever had to guard.
Okay. Your top 3 point guards of all time, NBA wise.
Isaiah.
Okay. Zeke.
Gotta go with Kyrie. What do you consider a point guard?
Facilitator, because you got a lot of point forwards and stuff like that.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know where you're going. So I'll say listed as a point guard. Okay. So that's going to exclude him.
It's going to exclude the GOAT. Okay. Man, Kyrie, Isaiah, and let me come back to that one.
Okay, you got one more.
I got one more because I want to say this one name.
Yeah, don't say it, man. Yeah, it ain't gonna change it.
It ain't gonna change that. It ain't gonna change.
And it's your list. It's not like
it's my list. I'm gonna tell you, man. I like Steve Nash.
Steve Nash was tough.
Like I really, he could shoot the ball, he could pass the ball, he could handle the ball. I like Steve Nash.
He had everything, and he was tough.
He was tough. He had the package. And I modeled a lot of I watched a lot of Steve Nash growing up. Like I watched Steve Nash. But all time.
Steve Nash, hey man, it's your list.
It's my list. That's it. So I'm sticking with it.
Steve Nash, Zeke, and Kyrie.
And Kyrie.
So speaking of Steve Nash, I got this either or. I'm gonna run by you.
Okay.
Nash or Stockton?
Gotta go with Nash, man. And I love John Stockton. Pick and roll with Malone. But he didn't have Nash, man. Nash had flair.
Yeah.
He had
the little scoop.
Man, he had it. Like
he was for our time.
Yeah, he was for our time. That's right.
Joker and Embiid.
You gotta go with Joker.
Jimmy Butler or DeMar DeRozan?
Butler. Yeah.
Ant-Man or Shea Gilchrist-Alexander?
Ant-Man, no question.
Ant-Man. Best advice you give your kids now? The kids that you work with, or even your kids that
Man, best advice that I give the kids now. Another generic one. Man, chase God. And everything else will come. Like, you chase God, like literally chase them. Like, and all the rest of it'll come. Like if you chase, and I tell my daughter, break it down a little bit more, but I say we oftentimes get caught in chasing the resource and not the source. Resources run out. So the source never does. I said, so if you're chasing money, and that money will run out. You may catch some of it, but it's gonna run out. If you chasing whatever that thing may be, that's a resource. Chase the source, and you will always have it. So my best advice, man, chase God with everything that you have, and all these things will be added unto you. You know. So
okay. Best advice a coach has given you.
Best advice a coach has given me. That you have to, if you want to make it, you got to improve your discipline.
I ain't heard of that one before. That's a good one, though.
Yeah. If you want to make it, Coach Aiken, Richard Aikens, if you want to make it, you got to improve your discipline. Too undisciplined. You got to be there. Love your enthusiasm, hate your discipline. If you ever want to make it, you got to improve your discipline.
And discipline is key for these kids, especially now. Because they don't want to listen. They don't want to. They want to do it their own way because they think they know it. So discipline is very key. So that's a good one. Shout out to you, Coach. Coach who?
Coach Aikens, Richard Aikens.
Coach Aikens. Shout out to Coach Aikens. Your dream vacation, man.
Going to the house.
That's it.
Turn some TV on, some good snacks.
That's it.
Air on cold. Watching Netflix, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Like
no Punta Cana or none of that. Just
man. Man. And I guess, and this is truly a blessing, man. You know, being traveled and going, man, you realize that what you're looking for is not in a place. You know, we try to go to these places to find something, and it's not there. You know, so man, my sanctuary, my vacation is home.
In your comfort zone.
In my comfort zone.
Gotcha. Last question I asked, man. Would you change anything about your journey?
Not a thing. Not a thing. Wouldn't change it. Not one piece of it. It's made me who I am today. And everything that has happened to me had to happen. You know. And I leave with why, man. Romans 8:28. For all things work together for the good, for them that love God and who are called according to his purpose. So there's no bad. There's no bad. We just got to go through the journey, you know.
Right. It's for a reason.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. All for a purpose.
Right. We'll look back at it like, man, if I would have, but if you would have did that, would you be where you possibly are?
That's right.
Or as successful as you possibly are.
Yeah. And that submission, man, that goes back to submitting to God's will and to his purpose for your life, man. And you gotta, man, yeah, you could have done that, but then what would have happened? Yeah, you could have done that, and then what would have happened? So you say, man, God, your will be done. And I'm okay with it. He hadn't failed me yet. So
right. Well, Phil, I appreciate you, bro, man. Finally got it done.
Yeah, finally got it
done, man. I know you got a busy schedule coming up, school about to start. So, but I appreciate everything, man. I appreciate you for coming when you came to Delta State. You could have easily been known from where you came from SEC. Even though I wasn't on the team, I still was hooping with y'all. But you came in, positive mindset, man, and you embraced everybody as if you knew them already. And even when I hooped with you, man, you was like, hey, man, get over there, do this, do that, man. Hey, man, me and you pick and roll. I'm like, bet. So, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it, man. And you've been a good friend, good everything, man. So good luck to you. Good luck to your family, health, and everything.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
It's time to spit your gang, gang. Time to spit your gang, gang. My whole vibe on go mode. We in the section going loco. I got it jumping like a pogo. You in my frame like a photo. Going against me, that's a no-no. Every day I got a new show. Cause when I'm outside turning up, I'm going live on my GoPro. I'm spitting gang like an OG. Ballin' out like Ginobili. RP to Kobe. These boys can't hold me. This ain't your speed, stay in your lane. I think it that time. It's time to spit your gang, gang. Time to spit